Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks, and I made these this afternoon in a video and making random. And I made these just a while ago. My math mentor sent me a video of nature. Kind of gave me an idea. Still can't do what they did in the video, but this is kind of a random pattern. And these, this is the fill that would be cut out or milled out of, this would be the black would be the aluminum or whatever metal he's using. But it's really pretty easy to make. If you take a 6-sided hexagon and we'll make it with ratio lock, we'll make it exactly 2 inches so we can nudge it to 2 inches. And then just take some lines and just randomly put them through your item. And then hit the plus key. And then what you could do, you can always just mirror it and then flip it, if you don't want that. And then I would make another one, and then I would change the orientation of the lines. Maybe do it with the shape tool and put this one here. I would make sure I go past the item so you can cut them out and make sure they're there. Make sure they're all the way so you don't have a leak. So we'll just cut those lines out because we made them longer. And then you're going to get to a point, and I don't really like that, and you could even do this. Take away that line and make it completely different. Well, I don't like that little part because every little part's going to have to be cut out. So that's probably too narrow too. So we could probably take that and rotate a little bit more. And they don't really have to go through the middle, but you don't want too many little parts because you've got to mill them out. And then what you could do, you could Control G and group those together, hit the plus key on your keyboard and kind of look at it, and then you can mirror them the other way and flip them the other way and get them completely opposite. And then, I'm going to rotate the whole thing 90 degrees. And it's, everything's different. I mean, and you could make all 6 of them different. But for the video, I'm going to just go with this. And then, so this is less than 3 inches. So let's take it, make our nudge factor 3, and let's take the Smart Fill tool and let's fill in these parts. Because these are going to be the parts, and we need to do this to get solid lines. And I'll show you why in just a second. But if you do it in clockwise or counterclockwise, I don't know if these little bitty parts are going to work, but you're going to get the idea. And then I did not move that last one. Then we can actually delete these and take these and left click, right click. So you basically, what it did, it made cavities. So now what we can do is go to Object and group them together. Go to Effects and Contour to the inside, 0.1, all of them. Now what's cool about this, we can go and take the contour apart and grab just the outside and nudge it out of the way. This is the part we want. So now Control G and group them together. And mathematically, you could probably figure this out, but I'm just going to get them at about the same distance, and it would actually kind of help them. I didn't make a duplicate. Let me get it all in the picture. Hit the plus key on your keyboard. And then you could actually let it snap to it. And then what's so cool, you can take this and get it where it is. Then you could, that's too close. You could set your nudge factor a little lower and get them right on the money. And then you could flip that guy to make it completely opposite. Then you could grab the whole thing and just do the whole thing. And I'm going to add a couple more. Let's go ahead and just add the whole thing. Plus key on the keyboard. And it's going to try to snap to it, so you're going to get really close. Now, let's say that's good. Looks really random. We're going to get our same part. I'm going to hit the plus key. But on what you have to do on this guy, let's shrink it down a little bit. And that's another thing you could maybe do, is to stretch them and skew them. And let's try skewing it. Give them a little bit different look. And then see if this is going to fit. Doesn't quite, so let's make it a little bit bigger. And you basically have to ungroup all this. And in this case, you're going to have to combine it for this to work. And then take your shape that you want to put it into, grab it all and use the, you know what I'm going to do first before I do that? I'm going to find out how big this is. It's like 18 inches, so let's change our nudge factor to 19 because we're going to need to move something. Let's use the intersect tool and move that out of the way. But it did not move our outline. And we need that so we can nudge it. We need to fill this in. That's pretty random. You know, maybe some of these lines are going, you know, I should have flipped them more. But then when you take your Smart Fill tool and see what it's going to look like filled in, and it's got a lot of filling in to do. Hopefully it's not leaking. It's almost like it's got a leak. Nope. Yeah, it's got a leak somewhere because it shouldn't have filled in that. Let's take a rectangle, put a rectangle around it. It should not leak. We got so many little bitty places that it might be leaking. Yeah. Well, it's leaking to the outside, so somewhere in my box, the box I brought over is leaking. This box right here is leaking, which didn't leak before, and it's not leaking now. So one of those little bitty facets are making it leak. But you get the idea. That's what it would look like randomly, random patterns. Now, some of these are going to be, like I stated in the first of the video, some of these are going to be too little, but you could actually probably cut them out. And, you know, especially for milling or something like that, cut out the little ones, and that would actually give you a different looking random pattern. Anyway, I hope that gave that gentleman another idea, and thank you for watching.